Is esports a sport? This is one of the questions that a lot of people in the world have been asking themselves. And I will just be talking about this and I will take you through the process of my thoughts on the question, is esports really a sport? So, first, we are going to look at the term sport. And before we look at this term, kindly just subscribe to my channel and make sure to like this video. So, what is a sport? Sport is an activity that involves physical exertion and skill from an individual or a team which is competing with another individual or another team, and usually is for entertainment. According to this definition, they have said that a sport is an activity that involves physical exertion. So let's talk about the physical exertion. Now, majority of the people, when you speak about physical exertion, they look at speed, they look at jumping, they look at all those activities that generate a lot of heat. But physical activity just involves the little things that you do with your body, your physical features, and everything. So when you look at esports, there are actually games that may need you to run, cycle. An example is the virtual reality games. Like if you're in that world, maybe you might find yourself running, and that's a lot of physical exertion. We also have games like cycling, the virtual cycling. You see, somebody will be cycling but not moving, though option of cycling is there. You can look at it at that angle, or you can look at it when you're playing the normal games that a lot of people play, whether be it console, whether it be mobile, whether it be PC. You are engaging your hands into the action. You're using a lot of your phalanges to click buttons, and that's a lot of physical activity. I think esports qualifies to be a sport if we are talking about physical exertion. That is my opinion. Of course, you can always comment in the section down below what you think about the physical exertion bit. Does esports really qualify at this part? For me, it qualifies because esports has a lot of games that do a lot of things. It's not only, when you look at esports, you're not supposed to just look at that gamer who is playing on their console or their PC or even their mobile phone. Even there are racers in esports. If you consider riding a car as a sport, then you have to consider that esports is a sport. So coming to the second bit on skill, you actually have to have a lot of skill when it comes to esports. Yes, you can click buttons. Everybody can click buttons, but it depends. How are you clicking these buttons? An example is just a mere fighting game. For example, you might be told pressing a box is on the console is punching, but there's somebody who is putting an uppercut, a lower cut, and they know how to time. They won't just throw a basic punch to you. They use some combo, which is skill oriented. You have to level up this skill. Also, even other games, that was just fighting games. When it comes to football, the FC and the eFootball, there are a lot of skills that somebody can develop in a game, because when somebody just runs, they'll just dribble the ball and run. But there are people who use in and out dribbling, use all those types of dribbling inside the game, and that's what makes them better, and that's what makes them stand out and be termed as a pro when it comes to playing. So esports is skill oriented, and the best of the best are the ones that are actually out there. Their name is known out there. They even offer coaching skills to others. And even the same football, they say when you click box, you will score the goal. But there are other people who introduce, like, they score the goal differently. You can either chip, I don't know, there are other things that are there. I'm not that exposed, yeah, on that sector, but I hope you understand. But to me, as an esports athlete, the skill really matters. The skill gaps give people a differentiation. That's why we can say in a game, somebody is immortal, somebody is not ranked, somebody is the lowest rank, and these skills are the ones that differentiate different players. And this is the same as even traditional sports. There are people who are playing in the pro leagues like NBA and the others which are playing locally in their own countries. Again, the competition bit. I did a video about what is esports, and I'll put the link at the top corner. So esports is competitive gaming. As you can see, they have said what sports means, like you compete team against team, individual against individual. In esports, that's the same thing we see. Like we look at, for example, games like FC, there is 1v1, a player plays against another player, or it can be 2v2, a team of two playing with another team of two. Or we can jump into the MOBA games, the multiplayer online battle arena games, like the Dota 2, League of Legends, Mobile Legends, Bang Bang. These games are played 5v5, or we jump into FPS games like the Valorant and the Overwatch. These games are played 5v5, and Overwatch, I think it's the largest multiplayer, like the game that has the largest number of multiplayer people, if I make sense. Like it has 6 people playing against 6 people. So that's the only game that has 6 people playing against 6 other people. Yeah, that's what I meant. Traditional sports and esports, of course, have their own similarities, and I'll be doing a video talking about the differences and the similarities of traditional sports and esports. People tend to compare the two, and they say that like there's no a lot of physical energy that is put in esports, that hence it cannot be a sport. And that is why there is argument, like people don't feel like esports is a sport. They don't want to see it in maybe the Olympic Games, maybe the Commonwealth Games. Although this is still a question, people are still asking themselves, is esports a sport? It hasn't been made a judgment yet, but we have been seeing esports being played alongside with traditional sports, and traditional sports even got into esports and found esports teams. So this is something we are supposed to be looking at. Like we have to now start considering esports as a sport, right? Thank you for watching this video, and I hope I have shed some light on, is esports a sport? And my conclusion is esports is a sport. I have played basketball physically, and I'm also an esports athlete. I can say they are not the same, but when it comes to training and putting the time in, the skill, they are actually the same. Well, in basketball, I got tired a lot. The training was intense because you have to run a lot, you have to keep fit, you have to have your lung capacity. In esports is a bit different, but the aspect of training daily, the aspect of guidance, improving, correcting, it's the same. And also teamwork, because the game I play is Dota 2, and it's a 5v5 game, just like basketball, which is 5v5. And if you have any suggestions to put to add this topic, you can just comment in the section down below. And if you feel the same as me, esports is a sport, you can just say and like collaborate with me on this topic. And if you feel like esports is not a sport, you can also give your comments on the section down below. that was my own opinion, and I don't feel it's everyone's opinion. So you can always just comment in the section down below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification button so that you cannot miss on future videos, because I'll be sharing a lot about esports and whatever is happening. And of course, liking this video will enable people to see this video more, and this video will be recommended. So make sure you like and keep gaming, keep it Daquilo. See you in the next video.